It's on. It's off or it's on.
You printed one, and you can read this one to yourself.
What's that?
You can read the chalk one to yourself. Fiddlestick. You still guiding us?
Is that what I'm supposed to read?
No, to yourself.
Oh,
I'm just letting you know.
okay. Go Thursday for tests. That's next Thursday? You're not staying here till next Thursday?
Maybe she meant Tuesday.
I think we better stay away from that.
Yeah.
Now, the one I was going to quote, it was her. She said her oxygen level was 93 and she was worried. My oxygen level is usually 93. I didn't know I was supposed to worry.
They said you need to face there.
Huh?
You need to face the mic. They said if it goes below 91, she needs to worry.
Yeah. Well, she was worried because it was 93. I'm 93 all the time.
Oh, there you go. You have something in common.
So I want to go take a nap
Not yet.
because I don't have enough oxygen. I played with my oxygen machine, though. Well, I'm usually 93-ish. So if I have my oxygen machine and I stick that thing in my nose, it takes a few minutes, but it'll go up to 96 if I have the oxygen machine in my nose. Maybe I should try wearing that, walking up and down the hill. That hill was very difficult. I wonder if I have I wouldn't happen to have a syringe in here, would I? There's a lot of things in here. I don't think I have a syringe. That's not the syringe. I don't got balloons. I didn't know we had balloons in here. What?
She posted that.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Have you got the camera on me? Yeah. Oh, okay. I just found balloons. I just found balloons. I used to have balloon day here, where I let the dogs play with balloons. Yeah, outside. Stay up there. Don't come down. I did. I found balloons. Look.
Did you blow that up?
I did.
Well, then your oxygen must be pretty good.
You can blow it up. No oxygen.
I know, it must be pretty good. Huh?
That's plain old air.
Well, you have air.
I have the energy to blow it up.
All right.
Sizzle
has the energy to bark.
There you go. Stay up. Don't you come down off there now. Is that Sizzle?
Yep.
So let in those other two, because that's what I kind of wanted everybody to see. Oh. I want people to meet Jasmine. Good morning. Here, get out of here.
Are you talking to me through the door?
Wait, go away. I wanted to have everybody meet Jasmine.
Oh, all right.
Who's on the back porch. I gotta get rid of some of these, you know. But,
You want Benny and Sizzle to go back?
you know,
It's up to you.
I do. Yes, I do. Because otherwise they're all gonna get a fight over this.
Okay.
Get out of here, Betty. You'll have to go outside. Go on back. No, you can't have it. You just want a couple. It's just a couple. You can put it on there. Here. Okay. That's it. Then you go on out back. Go. Go on. Go. Bentley, go. Hello. Hello. Well, you're not afraid of that, are you? Bentley, go.
Bentley, Sizzle.
Sizzle, go. Go on. No, Bentley. Bentley. He's not behaving.
He's your dog.
He can lock him in there where he is. He's getting in bed with chaos.
Oh, all right.
Just shut the door, I guess. But now I've scared Jasmine. Yelling at Bentley.
Come on, Jasmine.
Jasmine, come on. Did you have any slobber?
Yes.
Jasmine! Come here, Jasmine. You get out of the way. Go. Well, you
Jesse,
get
yes.
You can't get it.
Come on.
Jasmine.
Good girl. Good girl.
Come here, Jasmine. Jasmine. Jasmine.
Nope, nope, nope.
Jasmine, hey, look. Hey, look. Yes, look at that. Good dog. Good girl, Jasmine. Hey. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, hey. Hey. There you go. Jasmine. Hey, good girl. That's good. A wag a tail. Here's a. Look at that. There you go. Good girl. Now waiting for somebody to slobber. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Yeah. Can you slobber? Anybody? Good girl. Did you put up here? Come here. Can you come up here? Get up here. Have you got any slobber on you? Can I put that on you? Let me see. Oh my. I got some in there. I got some.
Wait, you gotta have some for Jasmine. Jasmine, hey.
I'm gonna go bang. How we doing?
Let me put that in here.
How come it doesn't fill up? I got some in there. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to need a label for this so they know what it is. Linda! I'm going to need a label that says freshly bottled dog slobber. Okay, well, I can read this in the meantime. Nala, who's with Maddie, is learning to back. She's very vocal. She grumbles and barks when she sees people or dogs that she can't get to. Grass will be doing great following commands and keeping pace on pavement or dirt. But as soon as she touches grass, especially unfamiliar area, she begins pulling, putting her head to the ground, sniffing, and trying to eat, roll, and play in the grass. Improves the longer we stay on the grass, but it's difficult at first. Okay. Toto, back down to stay, and in the car. His car gets a couple pluses. We've been working on backing up this week, both on lead, flanked by a wall or fence, and while spoon feeding. Carlene had a helpful tip to avoid his tendency to sit down while backing up, keeping his gaze lower instead of looking up at me. He will still sit occasionally, but far less often. Downstay has gotten more consistent while I'm in sight, so we're starting to work on me leaving the room for very short durations. Car rides are his next favorite activity after eating, so we have practiced that quite a bit. For the first couple days, he climbed slowly into my smaller SUV like an old man, but now he jumps in each time when given the okay. His manners while in the car are excellent, lying down most of the time and no whining or barking. His walking on lead is very good, particularly on pavement, where I can walk long stretches without any corrections. We made good progress today off pavement, where he has a tendency to pull a bit. He continues to impress with his demeanor and maturity. I realize that, as Carlene often alludes to with Danes, Toto seems to understand regular conversation to some extent. If he's actually needy or snooping for someone's food, and I don't want to put him into formal downstay, I'll say, why don't you go lie down in your bed or somewhere? 9 times out of 10, he just does just that and stays there on his own. He also seems unafraid of mostly anything that would trigger many dogs. Vacuums, sirens, big trucks. Have a tree service out front this morning, trimming limbs for the power company. We stood a safe distance, but pretty close to the cherry picker, chainsaw, and chipper, even 30 feet away from its really loud chipper. Toto just perked his ears at first and with curiosity, and then relaxed and happily wagged his tail. John. That's a good report. Okay, this is Stacy and Pixie. I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. We've been staying busy and active. I take Pixie for daily walks, which we both love. She stays so focused and helps me each step of the way. I'm so blessed to have her. I certainly would not be able to do this without her. I would be stuck at home in my house, and I don't even want to think where I would be. I would certainly be walking. She gives me so much of life back. Thank you for much my independence. My boys watch us walk off and know I'm safe because Pixie is right by my side. We never part, and she is my partner who's always keeping me upright and walking. One step, one foot in front of the other. Every day. Thank you. Stay safe and healthy. Carlene, I love your mantra. Oh, this one looks good. Service Dog Project's mantra is never stop screwing around with things about which you know very little, just in case you might accidentally discover something so people would think you were brilliant. I said that somewhere along the way, and I think that's very good. That's a very good mantra. Will you stop eating that? I think you've had enough. Megan came along and put him in the car today, and I said, which dog is that? And she said, that's your dog, Jiminy. And I didn't even recognize him because he was standing next to Scott's dog, who was about twice his height. I couldn't believe it. He looked like a tiny little puppy. Okay, that's about enough. You've had it. Hi there. This is very good. Did you want to try this? You can have some. Did you have some coming out? You go lie down. Did you get some? There's only a couple more in here. There's a couple. There's a couple more. We're empty. For all that, you emptied it. You got 2 cups in here. Okay, that's it. That's all. All gone. All gone. There's one right here. There's one right here. A couple. There's another one. Fresh, straight canned coffee. You got it. I got it.
You gonna hold that up?
I certainly am. You're going to hold that one up? It seems to me on this you have to have a little piece of Scotch tape across there too. Okay, you going to hold it?
Am I on?
I don't know, for 2 minutes. You can go away now because you've been there a long time. Hold the vial right up close to the, right up to the lens. Yeah, we'll see if that reads at all. That's long enough. We'll see whether that works. And you can you need Scotch tape across it. You know that. You're going to put. Oh, what happened to that box that somebody sent me? It had the liquor in it.
I don't know.
That would be perfect to send that. It's, I think on the front porch it has a big cardboard thing inside.
Okay.
Put a bowl around it so it doesn't get lost or something. I don't know. It takes a while for that thing to come up, doesn't it? The reason I have these things on is I have splits in my fingers and they make...
Oh, look.
Oh, there we go. Yes, you can't really read the vial.
Yeah, well, it's going to go up to the
Yeah.
thing now. Oh, too close, too close.
Well, that's all right. You get the idea. That says Great Dane Dog Slobber Kisses or something, right? Freshly bottled.
Okay. Do you want me to put these two back, or are you keeping them for the night?
I'll keep these two.
Okay. No.
Do we have her address?
Yeah.
We must have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on with Gay Abandon. Your job description grows by the day, doesn't it?
It does.
She had a very interesting go-round with with trying to get the chickens in. Yes, yesterday, which involved her finally calling up Grace, who told her to flap her wings and go, chicky, chicky, chicky. So down there for about an hour, she was going around like this, going chicky, 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 trying to chase the chickens into the coop. And it must have been pretty funny. I wish I'd seen it.
Oh, yeah, it was hysterical.
Finally had to get Grace to come. There was one she couldn't get in there, and we didn't realize it was Grace's favorite chicken, so Grace had to come and rescue it. It must have been pretty good. There, see that's a pretty good one. You can almost read that one. Freshly bottled dog slobber. That box was on the porch.
I'll go get it. I'm filling the water.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that another one? No.
No.
Okay, so now we're now I'm opening the mail. Is that what I'm doing? Yes. You stay out of there. We ran out of that stuff. I did that. I'll put that in there. Okay. We have Diana from Canada. Canada. If you put the accent on the wrong syllable, you will get into difficulties with your secretary. Something like that.
Definitely.
Definitely? Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, we have here Carlene, staff and volunteers. Thank you for all you do. Good luck. For better days, I'd like a book. And the rest for a brick, if it's possible. Of course it's possible. Let's say book and brick, and she's got her address on there, so I don't need to put that in there. I can put this in here, and that should get you a book. And then I should put this in here, and that would get you a chicken brick. And then we have nothing that is anybody else's. I'll put that in there. And these two were nothing anybody else's either. I'll put them in there. And then we had this, which is Payment Processing Center. Woman's work is never done. Oh, what is that? Man, he works from dawn till setting sun, but women's work is never done. Okay, that goes over there. There we go. And maybe I can't do that, though. Maybe if it says chicken bricks, I have to have the envelope. Yes, it does. This says Todd. Okay. And then we have Myrna. Both said chicken bricks. Is that it, or is there a third one there? I don't feel it. Oh, there is a third one. Oh my word. We're 5 ones. Oh wow. Mary Goodman. Mary Goodman. Okay. We got them. Now, did I have absolutely all that time? These things do stick together. As I spit all over everything, right? Okay, we did that. We did that. By the time Linda does anything with it, it will be many, many hours from now. And this is from Martha, from Cornelia, Georgia. What happened? You broke it. It went bang. Where'd it go? You killed it. Where'd it go? It would be nice to find that little piece of rubber. Although if you swallow it, it should come out. I found it. I found it. There it is.
Oh.
He broke it.
It's not up there.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, we'll figure something else out. That was a good idea, though. There we go. Here. We have some of those. And we have some of these. And that's the end of that. There's nothing in the envelope. Martha from Georgia. I better save that. Good day writing on it. One woman can make a difference in this world, especially when that woman is you. Well, isn't that interesting? Dear Carlene, on Mother's Day, hoping that all the goodness you give comes back to a reminder of the caring person and mom that you are. Love to all of us. Loves your book. Made me laugh out loud. Next project. I have a next project going. And she would like 2 chicken bricks, which I'll put in here, and $5 for the fun fund. So that goes in there. Now, my next project. I got going today, and I was laughing myself with, if a realtor got a hold of this property and was trying to sell it to somebody, I can just see the advertisement that would go in the newspaper, which would be 12 acres, house with it doesn't say house, but it says 7 bedrooms, 9.5 bathrooms, small barn, by some means, small barn, pond, You know, and all those lovely things that people say about property. And then what the person would say to somebody, a potential buyer walking around this place, saying, oh, just think you could put a fountain in here and da, 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 da. And if you go around here to all the different things that are here, and then all the people that it takes to maintain them, it's hysterical. Like, no way could we have the fountains in the pond without Bud to figure out how to make them work. You know? The lovely oak trees, big oak trees that are just beginning to bud and make all those goddamn leaves that end up on the ground that you have to rake up in the fall. You know, there's just the arena, lovely indoor arena that makes the rain run off into a great monstrous green puddle behind the dumpster. Somehow we're going to have to get a bulldozer to fix. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And not that I would change a thing, but it turns out that it does take a full salary of everybody in Service Dog Project, which is about $400,000 a year, to run this joint. The salary and all the volunteers. It's hysterical when you actually take each individual thing, you know, down to the dryers that don't work, or anything and everything. The potholes in the macadam that are either frost heaves or rat tunnels. It's just belayed with interesting things. And not that I change anything, but it does take everybody to run the joint. No way could I live here by myself. It wouldn't work. It would not work. It would not work. Okay, so on we go. But putting that together is pretty funny. Pretty funny. Okay, this is from Patricia, South Plainfield, New Jersey. And somebody from New Jersey wanted to make sure that I understood that not every cat gets registered or something like that. I did a wrong quote, but somebody corrected me. And I forgot what they told me was right. Oh, goody, look at this. We've got the fancy ones here. Look at that. Whoa. We need them in my car. Okay. Those are good ones. Yep. I think I used my last good today when Scott is here. Scott Auburn is here with, I forgot his dog's name. It's not Dash. He's got a second dog now. Gray. Gray. Gray is a walking pooper. He starts pooping, and then he walks a little bit, and he poops, and he walks, and he poops, and he walks. So he's a walking pooper. So we watched him go underneath the swing set down there, and I threw from my car, I threw these where he was going, and it took about 6 of them to get one bowel movement of Gray's picked up. So these will come in very handy. Okay. Dear Carlene, so glad spring is here and the days and people are beginning to return to the farm. Enclosed are poo picker packets. Sorry, I could only get enough wipes for 20 of them. That's okay. Also enclosed is $10 for 1 chicken brick and $25 cash for a signed copy of my new book. Grateful for all you do, Pat. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so what have I got here? I got a piece of paper, 1 chicken brick. Okay, so that goes in the chicken brick department. That goes in there. And then the other is for a signed copy of, that will have to be this. This can go in here. So that is the book. So I have to put a circle around it. We did the chicken brick. Signed copy of book. So Linda sees that. Okay, I got all that. And I can go over there. And we have some lovely, lovely things to help out. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you very much. Now I have questions to answer. Put these up here. Okay. Now, okay, where am I? Okay, here's sound is on. That's Sam got that. That tells me when to start here. Okay, up and away. Happy Friday. Hope it was a good one. Question. We know we know you have all your special house dogs. Do you and Bentley ever have your time with just Bentley? He watches you like a hawk. Thank you as always. Yes, he comes in the morning. He has morning time when he comes in, and he very carefully wakes me up so that I'm, just barely awake. And I turn around and I sit in the bed, and he sneezes 3 times all over me. So why are we collecting slobber? We're collecting slobber for Sam. She needs some fresh slobber so it get her inspired. I think you've had enough. I'll tell you when I think I've had enough. Everybody's praying for Sam. I like that picture of that dog. Of course, it's got the book in it, too. That's a very good picture. The look on the dog's face is priceless. I like it. When a Dane is in the house, slobber becomes part of your decor. Lovely addition to the walls, television, and ceiling. That certainly is true. When I finally got to Dogfest, I got slobber slimed on me. I was so excited and just kept saying, it's my first slobber, my first slobber. By the end of the weekend, I wasn't excited about it anymore. I always take about 10 giant breaths before I use my oximeter. Yeah, well, that gets the number up. But what is it when you just are normally breathing? No, I'm a mouth breather, too. I'll play with this thing. Jimmy never flinched when he popped the balloon. Brave guy. That's true. I was interested to see that he did that. How is May? May is in heat. She will be meeting with Tigger. What's today? Friday? Sort of the middle of next week? It takes an army. It certainly does take an army. I certainly do have a lot of respect for everybody. Everybody. Carlene, was the address for the book on the card? Yeah, it was. Was that Lifesavers in the box she just opened? No, it was poo pickers. Did the chef bring meals today? Yes, he certainly did. Is the walking pooper a breed recognized by the KKC? It ought to be. It ought to be. Okay, now, I think we're getting undone here. What is this comments at the top? 37,026 comments. Since when? Yesterday? I can't believe that's... I don't know how many comments that is by. What was I going to do? Speaking of the dog being in heat, someone sent me, I can't imagine why, but somebody sent me a box of padded underwear sort of stuff that they no longer needed for whatever reason. At any rate, I had it in my room, and Megan is having a problem. It's all over the place, and she's dripping red, bright red at the moment. So I found some of those, and I have given those to Megan. But I have a feeling that those... It's a very crinkly sort of cotton underwear sort of thing with a pad in them. Might be a very comfortable thing for a dog a Great Dane in heat. She does have a Dane diaper or something like that, but it really isn't big enough for our dogs. But that diaper that I sent her just might be. We have to look. We have to get a report from her on the efficiency of the Dane diaper, because it's a people diaper, and it might be a good thing. And it's cotton. I don't think you want any of those fancy gummy things or whatever. I don't think you want to get into chemicals. That's the last I know on that project. Aha! The state of Maryland requires cats to be vaccinated and licensed. May is in heat, as you said, so typically how many ties do you like to have? One every 20 minutes. No. She's in heat, dripping red. And that's not the fertile episode. And it's not... That dripping red does not attract the dogs in the proportion that it will later on. After about a week of that dripping red all over the place, then it turns to a salmon color. And we do just to touch the whole business with a piece of toilet paper and look at the color, and you can see when it starts to turn to that salmon color, that's when we get the dog quickly. We get Tigger down here and let him decide when it's the proper time. And there will be a proper time when the female will stand there and flag, it's called. She'll move her tail over to one side, get that out of the way, and then he can manage to accomplish depositing the sperm where it has to go. But if she's not ready and he pursues it, she'll bite him. She'll bite him big time. So any male dog with any sense learns to say, may I. This is not a bad thing. I think that if humans had the same attitude toward, if no is no, if you don't like it, you just stand there and you screech and scream. And it would have a lot different, that would not be a bad solution to the problem. Because the dogs learn. They sort of say, may I? And then they're fine. Otherwise. And then she'll have several ties. About every other day is what we usually do, because sperm seems to last a good 24 or 48 hours. They theoretically conceive during the last part of their cycle. So you want to catch day 12 to 14, somewhere in there, but you're never too sure. So you want to breed her. As soon as she wants to be bred, then you breed her. And when she decides she's had enough, then she decides she's had enough and she goes back to biting him. It's all very organized with dogs. So when they ask me a question like that, there is no answer to that. I don't get to decide. She does. Is that all we have? Is that all? I think that's all. Was the address for the book on the card from the last box you opened? The card. Didn't I put the card in here? I think I did. Isn't that the one that had the card? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's in there. I tried very hard to do it right, but I don't do it right sometimes. One more here. Rob from New Jersey. How to keep all these cookies for yourself. Okay. That's not a bad one. That's very good. Okay, that's enough now. We can go to bed. Bye. Time for me to go to bed. I think I maybe find some chowder. Night. Off with this thing. Offing.